Okay, good morning, gentlemen. So today we'll be starting with your Annex 6, Chapter 4, basically. So basically, in your Chapter 4, a lot of changes have happened, and all these are being asked in your class 2 exams. Things like GFI, EEDI, EEXI, SEAM Part 1, SEAM Part 2, SEAM Part 3. Whether you're going for orals or SDP written, these classes will help you a lot. So some drastic changes which have been done will be included in all these lectures. So, and this time I'll be going with very basic. I might take one lecture extra, but I will make sure that you understand everything from the scratch. Okay. So I'll go slightly deep because this question has become very important these days. Okay. These questions have become very important these days. Okay. So let us begin from here. Okay. So we are starting with chapter 4 as of now. Okay. We are starting with chapter 4 as of now. Okay. Uh, So first of all, the chapter 4 stands for regulation of carbon intensity and all. We'll be looking at this. And as per the latest amendment of MARPOL Annex 6, which have happened just 2 months before, 2 to 3 months, there is a new chapter which has come into picture, which which is with respect to your GFI. So we have here something called as GFI, which also I will discuss in the last. Okay. So our lecture will be focused on questions like what is Kyoto Protocol, what is greenhouse gas, what is your IMO GHG strategy, what is EEDI, what is EEXI. All these will be our point of focus. Okay, I'll just write the things which will be covering in these. We'll be covering your GHG strategy, your questions like Kyoto Protocol. Kyoto Protocol was just asked on, I think, 6th of August. Kyoto Protocol. We'll be covering EEDI. We'll be covering EEXI, CII, SEAM. Then the major one is GFI. So these all will be covered in these series of lectures. I'll be starting with very basic. Someone who does not know even ABC of greenhouse gas will also be able to understand. So I'll go into that much depth this time because a lot of cross questions are being asked. Okay, so bear with me. We'll start now. So first of all, from where does the story starts? The story starts from United Nations. United Nations has something called as SDG, which we stand for Sustainable Development Goals. So there are a total of 17 in number, out of which goal number 13, okay, out of which goal number 13 is the one which is going to relate here. So goal number 13 talks about climate change. Talks about climate change. Okay. So what is this climate change in here? Okay. The climate change in here talks about how we can reduce the greenhouse gas effect, how we can improve the environment, all that stuff comes in here. Okay. So why we want to prevent the climate change? Because sea levels are rising. Who told us? United Nations told us. Okay. We are going to prevent this. You can see the weather these days. Summer is not coming on time. Crops are getting destroyed. And it is happening everywhere. You might have seen, like I live in a place where the snow is melting very fast. Okay. So the temperature of the whole world is increasing. The temperature of whole world is increasing. You can see the graph here. It is increasing more and more. So we want to contribute to that. So now the questions are being asked in the orals. What is Kyoto Protocol? What is UNFCCC? A very common question. This has been asked just 2 weeks, not even 2 weeks. I would say 8 days before. This question was asked by Mr. Anil Deswal, okay, and also by other surveyors in Noida and Mumbai. Also, it has been asked in other MMDs. So, what is Kyoto Protocol? What is UNFCCC? This we will understand. And what did I tell you? Who told us? It is told by United Nations. So, in some scientists came together and they saw evidence in 1960s and 70s that concentration of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere were increasing, which were causing the climate change. So they told that global warming is a real threat. Okay. So that is when they all decided we will make a convention to tackle all this stuff. We will make a convention to tackle all this stuff. That is when your UNFCCC was born. So what is the full form? Please write along with me. Write along with me. So I'll keep making notes also with it for you. UNFCCC. UNFCCC stands for United Nations Framework Convention. Please write along with me. Convention for Climate Change. So this was the first convention which was adopted. Okay, this was the first convention which was adopted to tackle climate change. Very rare questions have been asked in Kochi and Kolkata. Very rare. I've seen this question only twice. Question is COP. Have you ever heard of it? Have you ever seen this question? This is called as Conference of Parties. We will discuss about this part separately later someday. This is where I'll just give a brief idea. So here what happens, a lot of countries come together and they meet so that we can tackle the climate change. This is a question asked in Kochi and Kolkata. Only in these two MDs. Rest all has not been asked yet. Okay, like you might have seen 2 years or 3 years before Narendra Modi ji went to your Dubai for this meeting. And now I think we are having in Azerbaijan we had like that. So all will go. Not important as of now. So this was the one, UNFCCC. So under this convention, okay, under this UNFCCC, they used to have meetings. Okay. So then there was a meeting which was done in Kyoto. Kyoto is a city in Japan. The Kyoto Protocol was adopted in Kyoto, Japan in 1997. It is an international agreement linked to UNFCCC. That is why introduction was important of UNFCCC. So what is Kyoto Protocol? It is an agreement which is linked to your UNFCCC. What is UNFCCC? It is the convention which tackles the climate change worldwide. Not only IMO. I'm not landed in IMO as of now. Worldwide. Okay. So it targets how to reduce the greenhouse gas emissions. Okay, it entered into force. No need to remember the dates. Not required. We'll keep things simple. The Kyoto Protocol contains provisions for reducing greenhouse gas emissions from international aviation and shipping. So this is where Kyoto Protocol is asked in MMD. Because this is the international agreement which asks shipping also to reduce the greenhouse gases. Okay. So is pursuing through how they're implementing it. For aviation, we have ICAO. I'll not go into all that. We are not pilots here. And IMO for shipping. So they asked IMO to reduce greenhouse gases. How it started? This all MARPOL Annex 6 Chapter 4 started from Kyoto Protocol. Kyoto Protocol asked IMO do something to reduce the greenhouse gases from your industry. Are you getting my point? So that is how Kyoto Protocol is linked to us. And the most important part which you have to tell in orals, Kyoto Protocol has identified total of 6 gases. Kyoto Protocol has totally identified total of 6 gases which are there in your oral question. It is being asked. So these are CO2, methane, N2O, SF6, hydrofluorocarbons, and perfluorocarbon. This is a very, very important question in orals. Okay. So now how to answer this question to Surveyor ji? If you ask me the question, what is Kyoto Protocol? How would I answer? What are the main highlights I should say? Yes, anyone?
Sir, adopted in Kyoto, Japan.
Yes,
That's why
good.
the name.
Adopted in Kyoto, Japan. What it is? It is a
International
international
agreement.
agreement.
Agreement
It is
linked
an
to UNFCCC.
Linked to
international. Guys, you also write, Anna. Don't watch my handwriting. Okay, you have to improve your handwriting also. International agreement linked to
UNFCCC.
UNFCCC, United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change. Okay, I hope you're able to understand until here. Okay, so here what they told, they asked to reduce greenhouse gases from shipping and aviation. Shipping and aviation. And a cross question or a direct question is being asked to students in orals. What are the greenhouse gases or what are the gases identified in Kyoto Protocol? Okay, so you should remember all that. Please write along with me. What are those?
CO2,
CO2,
CO2, good.
methane,
Then
methane,
methane, CH4, then
NO2, nitrous oxide,
N2O, HCFC, hydrochlorofluorocarbon, perfluorocarbon, and
chlorofluorocarbon.
SF6. SF6. You remember in electrical, we
SF.
had a circuit breaker, SF6.
circuit breaker.
But that is being phased out now. If you have studied electrical or if you have done some course on that for operation level, then they teach it is being phased out. It is being phased out. Okay. So that is the one here. Fine. So until how is it clear? Everybody is with me until here? Any doubt? Please ask me.
क्या लिखा है CSG from shipping and
From aviation.
aviation. Okay.
This is the main highlight for Kyoto Protocol and all these gases you should remember. Okay. You may take a screenshot here. आप इसका screenshot ले लीजिए. It's for your reference. This is the one. Okay. Fine. USA is not a member of it. USA भाग गया. Okay. Now we are able to answer what is Kyoto Protocol in orals. We are able to answer what is UNFCCC. Now let us go further. Now this question has been asked by Sri Kumar sir in Kochi. Okay. And it looks easy that greenhouse gas effect everybody knows. But sometimes we don't understand. We forget the things which you studied in school time. So just a basic understanding. I'll not go into depth here. What is greenhouse gas effect? You know that when when sunlight during the day it comes here, and in the night the earth will be cool. So there is a layer around us which will not allow the sun rays or the heat to go out. So that is how we can survive. Greenhouse gas effect is important for us. So what is greenhouse gas effect? Is the process by which radiations from the sun are absorbed by greenhouse gases and are not reflected back into space. This insulates the surface of Earth and prevents it from freezing. Otherwise, in the night, we will all freeze to death. Okay, that is why you might have seen, you can grow any vegetable in the greenhouse gas poly house and all which we call, people grow vegetables in that. So same thing. So you can take the screenshot. There's a theory which I've told you just now. But the problem is that excess of everything is bad. Now, because of high level of greenhouse gases, the temperature is increasing more and more. That is why countries like Marshall Islands, Maldives are sinking. Okay. And the global sea water level is increasing. That is not good for us. Like I live in Himachal, I used to see always snow from my since child. I used to always see snow on my mountain. But now the snow is melting. I can see myself the effect, and you can see yourself the effect. How much heat is coming in the summer. Okay? So this is the greenhouse gas effect, and the main gases which contribute for it are CO2, methane, CFC, ozone, N2O. Anyone has a doubt? Please ask me. Anyone has a doubt? Please ask me. किसी को कुछ doubt है? No. Okay, great. So if we see MARPOL Annex 6, NOx we have already done. NOx हमारा हो गया. Okay. ODS is there. Okay. Then CFC, that ODS, all are there. But we did not target CO2 before. You had regulation for your ODS, NOx, SOx, and everything was there. But for CO2, nothing was there since start. So that is when MARPOL Annex 6 introduced Annex 6 Chapter 4. So we targeted only CO2. And in this lectures, we will be targeting only CO2. The rest all we will not touch. That's a separate lectures. Okay. Anyone has any doubt until here?
No, sir.
Greenhouse gases, Kyoto Protocol, UNFCCC, any doubt? Good. Are we good to go? Good. Now, a very important question. What is IMO GHG strategy? Okay. So from where did I start the lecture? I started from United Nations. The United Nations told that we will tackle the climate change. And you know, IMO is a body under United Nations. I hope you know that. Itna मालूम होगा आपको?
Yes.
Everybody knows that? Yes or no?
Yes, yes.
IMO is a body under UN. So what UN says IMO has to follow. So if you see, if I zoom it in here, okay, climate action. IMO has developed measures to control GHG emissions from the shipping sector and a global strategy to eliminate them entirely. Now, you might be looking also one more thing, that females are also welcomed a lot these days by shipping companies in industry. Okay, why? Because of goal number 5. IMO supports gender equality to women in maritime program and other targeted activities. That is why companies are running to induct more and more girls. Okay, this is why. Okay, goal number 5. Just I'm trying to show you. So now going further into this. Oh, sorry. So we have seen your IMO GHG strategy. Okay, I'll start now for IMO GHG strategy. So as IMO is a part in the United Nations, so we also need to take some actions. So that is where your IMO GHG strategy comes into picture. So what they say here, we'll read. Take urgent action to combat climate change. So United Nations has told IMO also to take climate action, fight the climate change. So how we do it? IMO continues to contribute to global fight against climate change in support of UN Sustainable Development Goals, which I showed you from the start. In July 2023, IMO adopted in 23. Okay, this is a revised strategy. So first of all, this started from where? This started from the first time. If you see here, MEPC 72 in April 2018, the IMO adopted initial IMO strategy on reduction of greenhouse emissions from the ship. So IMO wants that we want to reduce the greenhouse gases emissions. Now, what is the strategy? Suppose you want to pass MEO class 2. So what is your strategy? I will go this, I will do the class, I will study this much hours a day, I'll practice some questions, I'll attend mock orals. That is how you make some strategy. So same way, IMO wants to tackle the greenhouse gas effect. They want to reduce the greenhouse gas emissions from the shipping. So how do they do it? So it starts from here by IMO GHG strategy. This is where we start. Okay. So what is this IMO GHG strategy? The what you see on your screen. Let me tell you, this is the old one, just a reference I'm showing you. So if I zoom it in, you might have seen they told from 2013 we'll start EEDI and SEAM. So EEDI and SEAM came because of this. This is a step so that I can reduce the greenhouse gases. Then EEDI started, IMO DCS started in 2016. Actual correction started from 2019. Okay. Then we had other things like we had EEXI started from 2023. CII started from 2023. Why? Who told? IMO GHG told. So they had a set target that by 2050, we will reduce 50% of the total GHG emissions. This was the old value. That by 2050, we will reduce the GHG as 50%. 50% GHG we will reduce by 2050, old value. And they told that by end of the century, we will make shipping carbon free and GHG free. So by 2100. But later, after 5 years, they change it again. Okay, this is the old one which I'm showing you. Possible candidate short-term measures which could be agreed between 2018 and 2023. So this is where your EEDI, EEXI, and CII come into picture. And now from the start of lecture, I showed you something called a GFI, came just few months before in April, I guess, in April or May. Okay. Then we have midterm measure. This is where the GFI comes into picture. GFI comes here. And in the long term, we will have a long-term measures. So these are the three types of steps which we will see. So in future, you will see more amendments. In the future, you will see more amendments. Okay. So what just now I told you was the initial part. But next in 2023, they again changed the strategy. They told this will not work. We have to be more strict because the temperature of the world is increasing. So we should take more actions. So that is when the target were changed. In the last strategy, I showed you here 50% by 2050. In the new strategy, they say that we need
100% by 2050.
net zero GHG by 2050. So the target has doubled. What we wanted to achieve in 2100 will be achieved by 2050. So my dear friends, goodbye to HFO in your career, and you will see the transition now. So now they ask you a question in orals, what is IMO GHG strategy? So how would you start this answer? Sir, IMO GHG strategy is adopted by IMO to reduce the GHG emissions from where? From shipping. How to start this answer? So it's a strategy adopted by IMO to reduce the GHG emissions. When it was first adopted in 2018 was the first version. 2018. And every 5 years we will revise. So the latest one is 2023. And now you have to tell the highlights of it. What are the main things? So first of all, they say that by 2030, we will do 40% reduction of carbon intensity. The carbon emissions will reduce by 40% by 2030. Okay. And you might have seen these days we are going for alternate fuels, other fuels. Who told us? Told by them. We will also increase the use of near zero fuels or alternate fuels by 5%. So the target minimum criteria is 5% and striving for 10%. What is striving? Suppose you say in my next attempt, I am going to attempt 2 orals and I will clear both. I will try for both, but at least I will get one. So what is the criteria? Minimum one, try for both. So that is what they are saying here. We will go for at least 5% and try for 10% by 2030. Okay. And by 2040, the GHG emissions to reduce by 70% minimum, try for 80. Okay. And we will reach net zero by 2050. So I'll write it now. I'll write it, don't worry. These are the targets which I'll write. It's an important question in orals. Guys, are we on the same page? Are you able to understand what I'm teaching you? Any doubt? Please feel free to ask. कुछ समझ नहीं आया, just ask me, है ना? If you have any doubt, just let me know. What is IMO GHG strategy? The next question which is asked in the exams. So I'll not touch the first one. Okay, we can simply write. The first strategy came in 2018, which told we will have 50% reductions by 2050. But we have a revised version, revised in 2023. So what are the main highlights of it that you need to write? Okay, it is important to tell. Not write means Orals, if you are going for, then you have to tell them. So first of all, we will talk about, first point I will talk about the alternative fuels, the fuels. So they say here that we will use or uptake of net zero, okay, uptake of net zero GHG fuels by 2030. So they say minimum I will take how much? 5%. And try for or striving for is the exact word they have used. Striving means trying for, striving is 10%. Minimum I will take 5%, but I will try for 10 by 2030. This is by 2030. Is it okay? Understood? Fine. Now, then we are talking about GHG emissions. Many students get confused here between carbon and greenhouse gases. Carbon intensity is different, GHG is different. So only for GHG I will tell now. GHG by 2030, try for
20%.
good. Minimum 20% and striving for
30%.
good 10% extra, 30%. Then in the old strategy, we did not have 2040, so this anyway, by 2040, minimum 70%, striving for
80%.
80%. And by 2050, what is the goal?
Net zero.
100%
Yes.
net zero.
Net zero, close to 2050. So this is the revised IMO GHG study, point number 2. Now we will target only and only on carbon intensity, only carbon intensity.
Sir.
Tell me, ask me, yes, my friend.
सर नंबर 1 पॉइंट थोड़ा एक्सप्लेन जीएचजी फ्यूल मतलब सर अल्टरनेटिव फ्यूल लाइक बायोडीजल समथिंग
नेट जीरो है ना, नेट जीरो है.
नहीं नहीं
इसके लिए क्या, हाँ, this we will see further when I will go to your alternate fuels. Like here what we do, we have something called a life cycle analysis. Okay, we will see how much CO2 emissions the fuel has done when it was started from extraction till the consumption. Don't worry, we'll see that later. It's a long way to go there.
Well to wake.
Starting with only yes, well to wake, in GFI you will understand it more better manner. Next is carbon intensity. In carbon intensity, you will tell about reduction. So that is 40% reduction. Okay, we will do 40% reduction by 2030. So these 3 points you need to remember. Any doubt in any of these 3 points, please ask me. Any doubt in these, please ask me. Fine. Okay, great. So we'll march further. Now, gentlemen, we'll start with the actual content, that is EEDI, EEXI and all. And now I want your full attention. Okay. If you have any music around, just stop it. Okay, because this is the most important part. Okay. No doubts in here. Shall I go further? Can I go further? Yes.
Yes.
So that's a
basic of
statement
EEDI,
which is uptake of net zero GHG fuel by 2030. That means
Okay.
that use of net zero.
Yes, use of net zero.
Okay.
Use of net zero. This is where Pakrasi sir and all ask you question. What is blue hydrogen, blue ammonia? This is as relation to that blue, brown, green. They've asked, this green is the one which is a net zero. Okay, we'll see about that later. Not now. Okay, Vivek?
Yes.
Now let us start with EEDI EEXI. See, I will try to explain EEDI EEXI with a real life example. Anyone who has not even seen a ship will understand by this method. Okay. So first of all, if I'm taking an example, suppose there's a flight going from Pune to Delhi. Okay. One airline is asking me 4,369. Other airline, same, Pune to Delhi going, asking me 1,000 rupees extra. Why? So that I can reduce the CO2 emissions. You saw just now, na, Kyoto Protocol asking aviation and shipping to reduce. Result of that. Okay. But would you pay extra money?
No.
No, I will not pay. 1,000 rupees. I will get a cab from airport to my house. Now, this is where in automobile industry, we have something called as Bharat stage, BS6. In foreign, we have Euro norms, Euro 6 norms and all. So anyone has an idea, Mr. Vivek, can you please tell me, what is this Bharat stage? What is this Euro norms? What are these? Can you please tell? What do they mean? What they are related to?
It's, usually now on vehicles which we are using on road, they are now stage, like currently it is going BS6 phase 2.
No, but what is the final outcome? Like what they are related to?
Basically, this is related to your exhaust.
Exhaust, pollution, air pollution we can talk about.
Yes.
Okay. So they are banning, like BS1 is less, BS1 is bad, then BS2 is slightly less. So BS6 is the best one now. Means it is a less polluting to the environment. So that is something in the car, that is BS6. And recently many states are banning this. Okay. Recently many states are banning this BS4 cars, BS3 cars. And that is going on a lot these days, especially in the north, this NCR and all. Okay. Now suppose me and Vivek buy a car. We both buy the same car. This is my car. Okay, this is Vivek's car. Same model. Which car you would like to buy? Okay, let's say we buy Varna, na? This is Varna, and this is his Varna. Same model, exactly same model. Everything is same date. So let us say our both cars are BS6 car. Okay. Now Vivek operates the car very good. He goes to service on time. He takes proper maintenance, does not overspeed, and he takes care of the car. But I do rash driving. Sudden exhaust, never go for maintenance, a sudden accelerator. Okay, then I do off-roading with Varna. Not good, and I do not maintain the car well. And because of that, within 1 year, my car is polluting the environment. It is showing smoke. Okay. Now, a traffic police guy catches me. Hey, your car is making pollution. What is this? I will say, keep your mouth shut because I'm having a BS6 car. Does it mean if the BS6 car is there, it is not polluting? Does government have anything to check whether my car is working properly? Whether my car is doing pollution? Because BS6, I got it once. Once I bought the car, it will stay BS6 forever. Yes or no? Can you change the stage of the engine? No, you can't do that. That is forever. Like suppose, let's say Mr. Jaspreet has, let's say Hummer, BS3 in Delhi. Now he wants, please convert my Hummer to BS6. It can't be done. Because what was that? That was a design feature of the car. That was the design feature of the car. If it is BS3, it will remain BS3 forever. You cannot change it. If you want to change, you have to change the whole engine and all. So that's not practical. Okay, it's a BS will stay forever. That is okay. During the design, we get to know that this car is BS6 is pollution free or complying. But what is the rule by the government by which they can check like every 6 months whether the car is working good or not, whether it is doing pollution or not? How do they check? That is where PUC comes into picture. So people like me who are not maintaining the car well are being caught here. And even though story in India is different, they don't even put that sensor in the exhaust. Last time I got my PUC from the center, they don't even put the sensor in the exhaust. Just they print and give it to you. That's a different story, but government has something in place. So PUC, is it done only once or again?
Yearly.
Yeah.
Again.
Yearly, 6 months.
Every 6 months.
यहाँ पे तो for me it is 6 months, and I'm not sure. You are lucky to get yearly.
6
Okay.
months only.
6 months, whatever it is. Okay. So this to be done again and again. This needs to be done again and again. Again when? Till I'm operating the car. So this measure I will do during the operational life of the car. And this is again and again. Okay. BS6 was during the design. Now these days recently, this is a recent news I took. So these days government of India is mixing petrol with ethanol. Okay, before it was 7%, then it became 10. Now they are putting 20 also, E20 petrol. So what they are doing, the rollout has been faster. Okay, India push for E20 petrol is a part of country's plan to cut crude oil imports and reduce tailpipe CO2 emissions. So that is why they are mixing fuel with ethanol. Why? Fuel is made from where? A biofuel typically from sugar cane, corn or surplus grain. If you are having a petrol car, and if you do not give too much care about the environment, I would say you avoid E20 like such petrol pumps. Don't because it is a biofuel, not very good for the engine. It will reduce the life. Okay. So this is also one thing. This is also another measure which is taken by the government. This is also operational measure, so that the emissions can be reduced. So same way, now we come in shipping. Let us come from car to shipping. I told you Bharat stage. Bharat stage was a design feature of the car. Once you got it, that is forever. Once you got it, that is forever. So that we name as design feature or the technical feature. So same way for shipping, the Bharat stage is called as EEDI. EEDI is a one-time measure. You cannot do it again. Once you got it, good to go. EEXI is again a one-time measure. Once you got it, it is good for again. Like suppose if I've passed 10th class, and even if I'm not able to answer the question of what is GHG strategy, can surveyor ask me, okay, no, you go and give 10th class exam again? No, I have passed. That's all. Finished story. I have passed means passed. So it is a one-time compliance. Technical measure comes in there. So that is EEDI and EEXI. So whenever the surveyor asks you, what is EEDI, what is EEXI, the first line which should come out of your mouth is, sir, it is a technical measure. Sir, it is a technical measure. So do you understand what is a technical measure? Means which we will do once in the lifetime of the ship. It is like the Bharat stage of the car. Then I told you that we do PUC, pollution control, every 6 months. So that is called as operational measure, like we are doing for the car. What is PUC for the ship? That is CII. That is why we do reporting of CII every year, yes or no? That is why we do reporting of CII every year. Don't worry, if you don't know, I will teach you in the further lectures. We will learn all about this. Okay. So this is your difference between a technical measure and an operational measure. Now you should understand what is technical, what is operational. Technical is like, let's say, okay, if I'm using, if I'm bunkering, let's say, okay, if I'm cleaning the hull of the ship, will it come under technical measure or operational measure? Operational. One-time cleaning will not help forever. You have to do it again. Okay. Painting of the hull, maintaining hull in the good condition, operational measure. Let us say I am fitting a new propeller in the, let's say during the design stage, I fit a new design of propeller, or I'm using long stroke engine. Is that operational measure? Will every year I do that?
No.
That is one time. That is why EEDI will have new engine design as EEDI. It is a technical measure. Okay. I hope you got a basic understanding. What is a technical measure? What is the operational measure? So EEDI, EEXI comes in this, and CII, SEAM part 2 comes in your, and SEAM part 2, IMO DCS comes in your operational measure. Do you understand until now? Any doubt? SEAM is operational measure, EEDI is a technical measure. Any doubt? Ananya, Yogendra, Vivek, Yashwant, किसी को कुछ doubt है? Ask me. If anyone has any doubt, please ask me. Prasanna, is it clear? Vishnu,
Sir.
Yes, sir.
Ask me.
So EEXI and EEDI exist in ship and new construction. Means when it came,
Okay, that we will see later, na? Because
Okay.
that is the further point, na? Like not in detail. I will tell you the differences between both, how it will apply, which ships will take care of this, all that I will tell. But until
Okay.
now, any doubt since the since the points which I have taught from the start?
Clear,
Kuch
clear.
doubt abhi tak? Any
Yes.
doubt until now?
No.
So now I will take one by one. I'll start first with the EEDI. Okay, now we start with chapter 4, that is regulations on the carbon intensity of international shipping. So in the whole chapters, when I talk about EEDI, EEXI, I will be focusing only and only on CO2. That is my major contributor here. I am targeting only CO2 here. Sirf CO2 ka baat karunga. I'll talk only about CO2. I'll not talk about anything else because ODS already covered. Okay. NOx already covered. SOx already covered in the chapter 3. That is separate. Now let us understand what is EEDI. So I'll start now. What is EEDI? EEDI. So first of all, can you please tell me what is EEDI? Just now I told you it is a
Energy
Technical
efficiency
measure.
technical measure.
it is a
Efficiency,
technical measure.
technical measure.
Now the full form of EEDI is energy efficiency. D for design.
Index.
Design index. There is one more thing. Whenever the word is index, it is a technical measure. Whenever the word is indicator, it is a. Okay, what is the full form of CII?
Carbon
Full form of CII?
intensity indicator.
Yes.
Carbon
So
intensity
I
indicator.
indicator is a operational measure. Remember that. We have one more EEOI. Even though it is not
Indicator.
mandatory, that is also
Operational
indicator. Na?
indicator.
So that is also operational measure. Okay, this also things matter. Now it's a technical measure. It is a. Now what is how to define that? Suppose I take a ship. Suppose I take a ship, and let us say this ship is carrying a cargo. This let's say is the cargo. And if the ship carries a cargo, for propulsion, it needs some fuel. For generator, it needs some fuel. Okay, for heating it, whatever it is, it needs some fuel. So it will burn some fuel. And this fuel will go where? In the form of CO2 to the atmosphere. Yes or no? Can I say that? Okay. So if I carry 1 ton of cargo over a distance of 1 nautical mile, I will burn some fuel. Yes or no? If I want to carry 1 ton of cargo, suppose you want to move 1 kilometer in your bike, in your motorcycle. So you will run your motorcycle. What will be consumed? Your CO2 will, sorry, the fuel will be consumed. The fuel is going where? Into the atmosphere in the form of CO2. So what is EEDI? It is an index which estimates, what it estimates, what it indicates, the amount of CO2, how much CO2 you are releasing where into the atmosphere, amount of CO2 in grams, released into atmosphere, Why you did so? Why did I release CO2? To carry cargo. To carry how much cargo? 1 ton of cargo. 1 ton of cargo over a distance of how much? How much I moved? Over a distance of 1 nautical mile. So it is showing how much pollution you are doing. How much pollution you are doing. So what is EEDI? It is an index which estimates the amount of CO2 in grams, which is going to atmosphere to carry 1 ton of cargo over a distance of 1 nautical mile. So if I say the unit, it will be amount of CO2 in grams. So grams of CO2. Okay, to carry 1 ton of cargo. So 1 ton over a distance of 1 nautical mile. So nautical mile. This is the unit of EEDI. Grams of CO2 per ton nautical. Is it okay? How the unit is derived? Anybody has a doubt in definition of EEDI? Please ask me. What is EEDI? It is an index which estimates the amount of CO2 released into atmosphere to carry 1 ton of cargo over a distance of 1 nautical mile. Gentlemen, are you able to understand? Mr. Pratik, Mr. Prasanna, Mr. Rahul, Bharat?
Yes, yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay, super. Please check your mic. Now we'll go further. This is the EEDI definition. Now, suppose, let's say Mr. Mishra is going for exam. Okay. Now let us say he got 100 marks in the exam. He got how much? 100 marks in the exam. So yes, is Mr. Mishra pass or fail? Mr. Mishra, what do you feel? Are you pass if you got 100 marks?
Yes.
But the
No,
paper
sir,
was
first.
total was 1000.
Acha.
So suppose if you become father in the future, if your son comes, Papa, I've got 10 marks. Oh, very happy, very happy. My son got 10. And how much out of 50? Happiness gone. Okay. So there are two things here. First of all, you should know what is the attained marks he has got. Attained marks and what were the required marks. Like in MMD case, the required marks are, they say 50. God knows how many. Okay. God knows how many. Okay. So we have something called as attained marks. We have something called as required marks. So same way, we will have something called as attained EEDI. Okay, nobody will answer. Just do the exercise which I'm telling you. Think, you have to think for it. One is attained EEDI and one will be called as required EEDI. The required EEDI, who will tell you? It is set by regulations. MARPOL will tell you. MARPOL will tell you how much to be there. Attained EEDI. Nobody will answer. Just take 30 seconds and tell me, what do you feel? You need higher EEDI value or lesser EEDI value? Which is better for you? Think. Don't answer as of now. I'll ask someone. You need more. Attained EEDI should be more or less? Like attained marks, more are good. What about attained EEDI? Just take your time. Think of it first. Mr. Mishra, what do you feel? You need bigger EEDI attained or you need less? Yes.
Sir, it should be
Anand,
high.
what? Attained EEDI should be high. What is EEDI? EEDI, what it is showing? How much CO2 you are releasing into atmosphere?
It should be less.
So more CO2 is bad for us, bad for my image. So it should be less. So remember one thing, your attained EEDI, we have understood until now that the attained EEDI should be less than or equal to required EEDI. It should not be great. If it is great, you are fail. If you are more, you are fail, not comply. So attained EEDI, the one which you achieve, should be less. Now the questions which they ask you, after this we will see how to calculate the attained EEDI and how to calculate the required EEDI. I'll do from very basic, from zero we will start. Okay. So first of all, we will see the formula for attained EEDI. Okay. Attained EEDI followed for new ships is the index that estimates grams CO2 per ton mile, okay, which I've told you. Now EEDI is equal to CO2 emissions divided by transport work. Okay. Now if I say EEDI is equal to CO2 emissions, and you need emissions in what? You needed emissions in what?
Grams.
Gram per ton mile.
In grams. Please focus on EEDI because if you do EEDI once, EEXI will be a cakewalk for you. EEXI is almost similar, very few difference. So attained EEDI. Now how to find this EEDI? EEDI is equal to, we know it is the CO2 emissions divided by work done. Now my first target will be to find out CO2 emissions. That also I need in gram. How to find in gram? Now for a new ship, you know what is the fuel consumption? Fuel consumption. How do you decide for a new ship what is the fuel consumption? How you judge it? कैसे पता लगता है आपको? By what factor?
Sea drive.
SFC?
SFOC.
Specific fuel
Basic
consumption?
fuel oil consumption.
Okay. So if I multiply SFC, I'm not using the word SFOC. Why? When the SFOC is specific fuel oil consumption. And now I am in the world. I'm not 10 years back. I'm in the world where we are using LNG also as a fuel. Do you get my point, Mishra ji? That is why I will not use the word OC. I will use just SFC. Okay. So specific fuel consumption is the amount of fuel consumed in what? Consumed in grams, mass of fuel,
Grams.
mass of fuel to produce 1 unit of power.
Density.
If I multiply SFC into the total power of the engine, can I get the total fuel consumption? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Everybody is with me? Are you on the same page? Anyone here who does not know SFC, be my guest. I'm happy to answer. Anyone who does not know what is specific fuel consumption, be my guest. Yes, Sunny, do you know what is SFC? Specific fuel consumption? It is the amount of fuel in grams which is consumed to produce 1 unit of power, and 1 kilowatt power over a certain time, over unit time. Okay. Now I have found out the total fuel consumption, means how much fuel I'm using in the ship. But the problem here is that I needed it in CO2. I needed it in the CO2. Yes, that was my demand, correct?
Yes.
Now suppose, if I take example, suppose we take 1 kg of wood, 1 kg of coal, 1 kg of LPG, 1 kg of diesel oil, 1 kg of HFO, और क्या हो सकता है? Kerosene. Kerosene. All these, can I call all these as a fuel in a fire? Can I call these as a fuel? Okay. These all are 1 kilogram, 1 kilogram, 1 kilogram, 1 kilogram. Now, if I burn all of them, wood will produce some CO2, coal will produce some CO2, LPG will produce some CO2, diesel oil will produce some CO2, HF will make some CO2, kerosene will make some CO2. But will they all make same amount of CO2? That's my question to you.
No,
What do you
sir.
think?
No, sir.
Are you sure? But the mass
Yes,
is same. The mass of the fuel is same. Then why different amount?
Composition is different.
Composition, the quality of the fuel, है ना?
हाइड्रोकार्बन्स का सर डिफरेंट हुआ है
Okay.
फॉर्मेशन.
Yes. So what we need to do, we need to find which type of fuel produces how much amount of CO2. So don't worry, you don't need to do the job. These are some standard values which are already told to you by MARPOL. IMO has MEPC already done that job. As we all follow, now you will have a question. Sir, I'm bunkering fuel from Saudi. I'm bunkering fuel from Singapore. I'm bunkering from Australia. I'm bunkering from Japan. So the values might change. Dear friends, we are all following ISO 8217/2024 standard now. Okay. So we will follow the same value. It's the same standard.
That
Even though it should be,
2024 already implemented there. Start following is on board.
yes, it has already started. And see, you should remember at least for the orals.
Yes,
Okay.
sir, because I attended
Yes,
last month I attended MEP and motor in Chennai. He asked
Uh-huh.
me, we have what is the latest one? I told 2024, and he asked start of, when it comes. I told 1st May of 2024 it already released by ISO. And he asked, we start implementing. We told no. He
Okay.
accepted.
Okay. Okay. So simply, will play more safe and no risk assessment as per ISO 8217. This he will not ask you. Okay, server will not ask you in safety. So these are the values which are told. They are all following the same standards. So this is called as CF. In some formulas, you will see it written as FC. Some will write CF. The exact letter is CF. It is. So it will show you how much amount of CO2 will be produced when I burn 1 unit of fuel of this. So that is shown by CF. This is called as carbon conversion factor. So if I multiply the total consumption with the, I'll just write what is CF first of all. CF is stand for carbon conversion factor. So this carbon conversion factor, it shows amount of CO2 produced by a fuel, when it is burnt. And these values are given where? Given by MEPC in the tables, given by MEPC. Or you can simply write IM also, no? Or MARPOL. You simply write MARPOL. Not these are the values in the MARPOL. Okay. So now what I will do to get the CO2 emissions, I will multiply specific fuel consumption into power. What did I get? I get the total amount of fuel consumed. And if I multiply with the CF, carbon conversion factor, this is the total fuel consumed. This is the CO2 produced. So let us say it is 10 tons into CF is given for 1 ton. So they will get the answer. So this is how I obtain the CO2 emissions value. Do you get my point? Yes or no? Everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Are you with me? Understood? Now let us look at the denominator. Denominator is work done. Now what work are we doing? The work which we are doing, we will define in the form of to carry the cargo over some distance. So it will also depend on the speed, how much fast. So because it is a new ship, I don't know how much distance it has covered. So I'll simply cover the capacity of the ship. How much is the capacity of the ship? Yes, it will depend on that. How much is the capacity of the ship? GT. Okay. How much is the GT of the ship? Okay. Into, okay, that is the, deadweight. Deadweight is the cargo carrying capacity, that is the cargo carrying capacity. GT is there for some other vessels. We'll come to that. Capacity into the speed of the vessel, how fast it is going. Okay. So the formula of EEDI we will write now. EEDI is equal to SFC into power into CF divided by capacity is deadweight, the cargo carrying capacity, into speed of the vessel. So this is how the EEDI is calculated. Now don't worry, I will tell in detail how much value we'll take for SFC, what is the value of power we will take, what is the value of deadweight, weight, these all things. Speed, kitna lenge, that all also tell you. Now I just want to highlight one more part. The capacity for a bulk carrier, we send the cargo by the weight, how much tons of cargo it is carrying. Oil tanker, weight. Now let us say I'm going for a passenger ship. Will the cruise company charge me based on my body weight? Okay, you are 64 kg, your ticket is $1,000. You are 54, okay, you are 800. You are 80, 1,200. Do they charge like that?
No, sir.
The body weight does not
Average
matter. Not average, but I would say they will charge on the basis of how much big room you are booking. Small room will cost you less money. Bigger room will cost you more money. Yes or no? Whether you're booking a suite or whether you're booking for a room or a bunk depends on that. Do you agree with me? So it is
Yes, sir.
volume specific. So there are some ships which are weight specific. The volumes which ships which are weight specific, they will use dead weight as a capacity. The ships which are volume specific, like your cruise ships and some ro-ro packs, they will use gross tonnage as a factor. Are you able to understand? Okay. So this is how we calculate the attained EEDI. But this is not a very simple formula, which we will see further. The exact formula is this. If you see Looks difficult to you. If I zoom it in, you see it is the same thing. Power of main engine, because we have to take all machinery. Power of main engine into the carbon, conversion factor of the fuel used in main engine into SFC. Power of auxiliary engine, conversion factor, SFC. Okay. Shaft generation or generators, we'll see. And then efficiency technology, we'll see that later, right? What it means. And divided by capacity into the speed. Okay, so that is how we calculate. Now, how much speed we should take? So speed is taken as measured in knots on a deep water in a condition till the summer load time. There was how much it is able to move at how much speed loaded till summer load line. Okay. Power of main engine, I will take 75% of rated MCR. 75% of rated MCR I will take. Okay. Then auxiliary engine, how much we will take? Auxiliary engine, required auxiliary engine power to supply normal maximum C load. Power for auxiliary engine will take maximum C load. Depends on your generator. And let's say it is 800 kilowatt, 1000 kilowatt, 1500. Depends how much big is your generator. Okay, maybe 2000. Depends on their ship. Okay, so we will say maximum C load. Main engine power, how much? How much is the main engine power, gentlemen? 75% of the rated MCR.
25%.
Okay, ship speed, maximum speed at the which is going at your summer load line, na?
Yes.
Normally on which you move. No. When the weather is calm, na? These all things you will take. Okay. Then capacity for bulk carriers, tankers, gas carriers, LNG. We take deadweight. Ro-ro cargo is deadweight. For cruise, passenger, and I guess ro-ro packs. No, okay, only these two. Cruise and passenger, it is used GT. Gross tonnage we will take, na? GT we will use. Anyone from container background here?
Yes, sir.
For container background, we take 70% of the total capacity. Now the question is why? Because all the containers are not full, na? It is very, very rare case that all the containers will be full. There will be some empty containers also. So we take an average that is 70% of the deadweight we will take for only container. Okay. So this is the complete formula. Na? I hope you are able to understand until now.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is the attained EEDI, how we will calculate. Okay. Attained EEDI, you have understood the value which is achieved by the ship. This we need to compare against what? Against your required value, which we will see tomorrow, because there is some reference line which we will see tomorrow. Then how it is calculated, and reduction factors are there, phases are there, what is the latest changes, these all we will see. And once you do EEDI properly, EEXI is just 15-minute topic for you, because they are almost similar. Yes, there are some changes. Okay, after this we'll jump to your CII, sorry, this SEAM part 1, then SEAM part 2, IMO DCS, very common questions asked. SEAM part 3, that is CII, and then I will also cover GFI in this lecture. Okay. Okay, I'll stop the recording. If you have any doubt in today's lecture, please ask. Any doubt?